Good morning, South Rock, and welcome to week 22 of the Story Devotions. We are in the New Testament. It's crazy. I can't believe it. We've been such a long way, but Merry Christmas. We're here and we're talking about the incarnation today. So I want to start with the first words, the first sentence. It comes from John 1:1, and it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Now, this is very important, and many of you know now that this idea of Word is Jesus. So he's saying, John wrote, in the beginning was Jesus, and Jesus was with God, and Jesus was God. And so this is powerful for us, powerful for the original readers. But what often gets skipped over is what that word is. In the Greek, it's the word logos, spelled in English Logos. Now, logos is a deep word. It's not just the word for word. In fact, there's another word for word in Greek that is used more often. This word, logos, is more philosophical. So it was used 300 to 400 years before Jesus in philosophical thought in Greece, and it took on a wide variety of things. I believe it was Aristotle used it in part of his argument. It was logos, pathos, and ethos. And this was his argument style. He was saying logos is the spoken word that can enrapture people. People have used logos to mean all that is unattainable but is able to be spoken. The Stoics believed that logos was the perfect encapsulation of what God is within nature. And then so it's this really intense word. It's really important. And John uses it to describe this moment of incarnation. And it's so important to understand the history of Logos and understand where John is going, because what John does here is he says, you know that philosophical thought you had, you know that word that has been passed down for hundreds of years, that people have thought about, wrote about, studied. Well, what that is actually the Word of God incarnate in a man. It is infinity becoming finite for us. And so that is such a powerful thing. It's worth celebrating at Christmas, but I think it might be worth celebrating just about every day. And so I'm so glad that we get to relish in Christmas for a week in June. And so for this week, that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about the incarnation. And what that means is God, who is infinite, making himself less, becoming finite so that he can glorify the kingdom. And so this week, ask yourself that. How can I live out the incarnation? How can I be made less so I can make God more in all my interactions, in all my life, wherever the situation needs it? How can I do this? So, Merry Christmas. We're so glad you're able to watch this, and I'll see you next week.